This is Spotlight, coming to you courtesy of the Carpenter's Place, and I'm of Times of Refreshing Gospel Outreach. This is a weekly podcast that would be of great benefit to all our listeners, wherever you are in the world. So I encourage you to be part of this all-enriching program. You're welcome. My name is Professor Achebe. Our topic for discussion today is pornography. And I want to bring some facts about pornography before we can go to definition and other things concerning it. 1 out of 5 children in the UK are addicted to pornography and pornographic viewing. Pornography has also been published in books that are read by pupils in primary schools in UK. Nigeria doesn't have a lot of data, but you could be sure that this could be also close to what obtains in Nigeria and other African nations and indeed the world over. That shows the nature of this malady, which has become a pandemic, as it were. And that is why it is only very apt that we bring our discourse around this matter at a time like this, because I believe it's going to be of great help to a lot of youths and adults as well. I want to define pornography first. Pornography is the representation of sexual behavior in books, pictures, statues, films, and other media that is intended to cause sexual excitement. There is a legal definition as well, which says that pornography is pictures and or writings of sexual lascivious feelings of a particularly blatant and aberrational kind, such as acts involving children, animals, orgies, and all types of sexual intercourse. Pornography can be addictive. Actually, it is a kind of drug. Quote, like every other substance that could be addictive in nature, pornography can also be addictive. And there are 5 types of addictions of pornography, or 5 kinds of pornographic addicts. Number 1 is called the brain balls porn addict. The brain balls porn addict. That's the highest level of endomorphins and opiates, actually, in that term. Literally speaking, the workers bring cookies, releasing chemicals, and these chemicals make one feel good as they block pain receptors. So they are called brain balls porn addicts. The second type of pornographic addiction is the brain balancer porn addiction. The brain balancer porn addiction comes usually with people who have chemical imbalance in the brain. This chemical imbalance can be as a result of chemically based depression, maniac depression, bipolar disorder, or cyclothymic disorder. And that kind of addiction is actually as a result of some chemical imbalance in the brain. and that can lead to addiction to pornography. The third type is what is called the escape porn addicts, or the escape porn addiction. The escape porn addiction is caused by reason of abandonment or abuses, neglect, rape, people who are sexually abused or bullied, some feeling of unworthiness, people who feel unloved, and or people who experience other negative events in their lives like broken homes, parents divorcing, and then the children coming down with the full weight and load of that singular act, and then not being able to cope because of their inability to handle such stresses. They can develop this kind of addiction to fill in the gap of what they feel they're missing. And the fantasy world of pornography quickly switches on and then fills the gap, and then gives them a sense of being loved, a sense of being cherished, a sense of being accepted, desired, a sense of being powerful, and then a sense of being adopted. So it becomes a surrogate, as it were. The fourth type is called reenactment porn addiction. The reenactment porn addiction usually comes with those who have, who have been abused. As a matter of fact, sexually, over time, people who suffered as sex objects, multiple sexual abuse, and then that one is more trickish because the person begins to reenact the same scenes with the same themes that he or she passed through in the course of such trauma. And because everything sexual gives some level of satisfaction, there is also that satisfaction that comes with it. We are reenacting the themes of that incessant abuse that happened. Number 5 is what is called avoidance porn addiction. Avoidance porn addiction comes as a result of intimacy anorexia. Some people have problem having intimacy with their spouses. Those who have challenges with near or intimate relationships of the romantic or marriage type, you find them developing this form of addiction to pornography. They are said to be closed off emotionally to their spouses or their partners. They are either too busy, or they deny sex to their partners. They are disconnected during sex. They can be controlling, angry, or very silent in relationship. They usually do not accept wrong. They are never wrong and they can't say sorry. So people like that, they tend to have what is called intimacy anorexia. And so the escape route for them becomes masturbation.